if it wasn't for horseshoe crabs, we would, I mean, they are a huge medical resource.
Anyone that's ever had an injection, an IV, or have been in a hospital or doctor setting basically can thank the horseshoe crab for their
and that is from marine research. That is from environmental research. But we need to protect them. And I don't know that SOMAS is going to do just that. Why can't, you know, that may be our coastal major that we need here.
Well, that's what the real benefit of Southampton is. It's the fact that there are no departments. It's all interdisciplinary studies. Everyone works together, and everyone has differing knowledge that they allow each other to learn from and to teach each other in different ways.
It's kind of like how the planet works, in that everything works together, everything is involved with everything else, and everything has an effect on everything else. So if you don't have that approach to learning,
well,
you know,
that's exactly it. Says over-specialization leads to extinction, right? So we cannot over-specialize our education system either. We have holistic education is where the mind flourishes.
I mean, if you look at, K to grade 16 education, look at the middle school, thematic units. The idea is that when things are connected, we learn better. When I was in college, I was a biology major. Chemistry was separated from physics, separated from math, separated from biology. It was like 4 different planets. There was no connection whatsoever. And I know that as a participant in a state school, not the one we're talking about, though, a different state, it was really the same story, which means things that are too big really tend to not hit the mark as well as they can. And I think that in my lifetime, I've watched our society change a lot, and sometimes I wonder, am I viewing it differently as time goes on, or are things really worse? Like, what's really going on? And I think what I'm seeing is somewhat of a pattern of depersonalizing our lives. And I think what Stony Brook Southampton has done is brought it back to the individual in the individual having meaning and connection. Yes. And I think that's what changes the world. And I think that's the kind of world that is most successful.
So what do we do about this? You know, we're closing your school, you have to leave, you have to change your major, you have to move out. What are you going to do?
Well, I live in Southampton, so I'll be going to main campus commuting.
Okay. So they've changed your whole plan of living and going to school in the same community.
7 minutes away. I live 7 minutes away.
Wow. What's your name? What's your major?
I'm Samantha Visconi. I'm a sophomore, and I'm an environmental studies major.
Okay.
Samantha was in my environmental writing and the media, environmental writing in the media, and we did, our final project was this amazing event that we did. It was an installation that we did in the library. And all of my students, they did videos, they did a timeline, an Earth timeline. So you walked through the library and you went and you saw all of these different ways of expressing environmental issues through the media. Talk about the one you did. It was wonderful.
Mine was a video, and I set it up in the stairwell upstairs in the library. And it was about ocean pollution and the Midway Island with Chris Jordan, the works of Chris Jordan.
Right.
And we took a bunch of garbage and threw it down the stairwell all around the library. And it was really great. It was a really fun experience.
So people would come and they would sit in the stairwell, in the garbage, and watch unprojected, this enormous screen, because it's, you know, it's a long, big stairwell. You could sit in the garbage and watch this about the Midland Islands and how all this garbage is landing there. Wow. And it's one of the most beautiful places on Earth. So we were taking an environmental message, creating a media experience with it, but also creating a experiential, sort of performance art in a lot of ways. You know, it was really fantastic, and it was an amazing way to sort of watch it. And then your brother did a wonderful one with water, and we have a shower downstairs in the library. I think they were going to do chemistry lab, so it was a safety precaution. So we discovered there was a shower there. So we showed the video of water and how we have to conserve water, and we had the faucet, the shower head dripping into a bucket of water. And then we looped all these videos, so people could just walk through it at whatever pace they wanted to and experience this. And it was just, it's absolutely what college should be. it was incredible.
That's what Stony Brook Southampton is. I mean,
Yeah.
this is cutting edge.
This is what the students
Cutting edge,
are.
going back to basics, on the cutting edge, you know, of education here, and they want to slice it. They want to.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem too, is, you know, we're taught here to find alternative solutions to different problems, and yet when we try to find those, they shut the door on us, you know? So what kind of message is that sending to our students and students across the world, that you can't do anything because Big Brother says you can't? You know,
The thing is, though, that all of our, most of our elected officials are not taking this lightly. They're not sitting back. They're getting very proactive, and they don't agree with President Stanley. And I have a clip with Jay Schneiderman. Do you guys want to watch that to see what Jay has to say about closing Stony Brook Southampton?
Sure, just one more point. What irony. Here is the next classroom, and here is the issue, saving the college. And there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen because of the work and the love and the commitment of students and professionals like the people at Stony Brook Southampton.
Well, my
And the
classroom
community.
has completely changed this week because I started doing these YouTube videos and chronicling my emotions and feelings, and then I've gotten
They're very
more,
raw, Heather.
very raw. I don't wear any makeup.
Your hair is like everywhere.
I'm getting better.
Okay, brush your hair a bit.
I'm working on brushing my hair before I do them. It was just sort of an experiment, and then I realized that they were sort of powerful. But I've also realized that I'm teaching my students argument and persuasion in my Writing 102 class, which is the freshman composition class. And so I realized that here we are doing argument and persuasion, and here I am using argument and persuasion and rhetoric, and it's a visual medium. And so we have created an opportunity for students to do video blogs on this experience as part of their portfolio. Professor Stephanie Wade and I had discussed, you know, how can we take this experience and make it part of their education, because we do have a portfolio they have to pass. And next week they are looking at one of my videos, and then the march that we did, and we're looking at those as argument and persuasion. What works visually, what works in rhetoric, why does it work? And so, you know, you take these things, you got to make the lemonade out of the lemons, and these students are going to walk away with an amazing educational experience from this, although incredibly painful one at the same time. But you know, that is one of the beauties of having a campus that. As a professor, one of the things I have loved about being there is I'm completely and utterly supported by my bosses, and I've had you know, issues in the past where I've had to fail students, and I've been challenged at other colleges. Are you sure the student plagiarized? You know, and I don't think you should fail the student for plagiarizing. And I'm like, you're kidding. And at this college, you know, the thing I love about this college is it's so rigorous. It's rigorous. If Jeremy doesn't show up for class, I can fail him, and nobody is going to say, "Oh, you can't fail Jeremy."
I've seen you do that before.
You know, and that's what I find really effective as a professor. And my students really show up for this. You know?
Well, there's a certain level of expectations that is put out there by the professors, and this is Stony Brook University. Let's not, you know, forget that the Stony Brook University is an amazing institute. So I mean, it's an amazing.
This is not a party school. These kids work hard.
And they
I feel
got
like I'm
into
being
the
sent
school.
to a party school. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go to main campus, but I feel like I'm being sent to one. Because now it's like.
It's huge.
Yeah, I don't even know where to
it's all
begin. It's like
cement.
Disney World or something. Like, I'd rather be out here focused, doing my own
Maybe
thing.
You'll all be able to stay
Hopefully.
focused. That's what I'm thinking. Well, let's take a break, and we'll roll that video, and we'll come back, and we'll keep going.
Okay.
All right. I'm here with Jay Schneiderman in Sag Harbor, and kind of cornered him, put you on the spot. And
Okay.
I'd like to know what you think about the proposed closure of Stony Brook Southampton.